r/AskReddit. What did you do sexually with your first partner that you only realized wasn't normal when you got into a new relationship? The first girl I had sex with would squeeze her thighs around my head like a nutcracker when I'd go down on her. It would hurt and I couldn't hear anything, so I had no clue if it was going well or if I was being punished for a poor performance. She said she liked it, so I continued doing it, but I'd eventually start avoiding it when my neck started feeling stiff in cold weather. That relationship lasted years. The first time I had sex with my wife I was like, well, I'd like to impress her, so here's hope I don't die, and her legs stayed open like a lovely azalea. It was then, and only then, that I remembered that this is the way it was in every porn video I'd ever seen, and was simultaneously exalted and incredibly angry at myself for having endured my ex. Dude, first paragraph literally had me rotful. Like it was dark and scary and I had no idea what was going on out there. LMAO. Sounds like a hurricane. Wet, dark, you can't hear anything, you're disoriented. Then with the wife he was preparing to sacrifice himself to the hurricane. Instead he got sunny spring weather in an azalea field and decided to marry the woman who brought the lovely weather. Earmuffs. Fatality. Get over here. The first dude I had sex with I ended up dating for 7 years, so most of my sexual habits were built around him and his habits. He absolutely loved having his balls squeezed hard. Like, wrap my hand around the whole sack and squeeze as hard as I possibly could. He was so into it and we never really talked about it, so I just assumed it was something all dudes liked. The first time I had sex with my current partner, I tried to impress him with this sexy move and he very quickly informed me that it is in fact not something all dudes liked. Sorry, babe. I'm trying to imagine that poor son of a bitch's response to the first time you've iced his balls. I cannot, because I had done it with such gusto he thought it was something I was into. I was like, no, this is for you. I'm crushing your balls for you. LOL, holy shit. What a hilarious awkward first try. Sounds like a long con by the first BF endure 7 years of torture, so she honestly believes everyone loves it, then they finally break up and he just bursts into hideous laughter. I grabbed them and gripped them as hard as I could. I crushed them as surely as much as I should. I squished and I squashed and I squeezed in his room. He whimpered with pleasure and joy. I assume. Ha 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 ha. You are a national treasure. The girl who was my first sex partner was 2 years older than me and significantly more experienced. Like way more experienced. She basically treated her vagina and anus as interchangeable, and sex usually involved both. Switching back and forth frequently. Sketchy hygiene I later learned. But typically liked me to slip it into her ass when I was going to ejaculate because she liked how that felt. With later partners I found out not all girls have a butthole you can just switch to when you're about to pop off. Some girls scream and punch you in the face, which it turns out does not stop an ejaculation. And now you've been trained to get punched in the face and screamed at when you ejaculate. Don't slut shame me. It is okay, we are just salty that you got there before us. Not as salty as his old girl's beehole. All I've learned from this thread is that I should probably stick my dick in a crazy. Just wrap it up, bud. You can dabble in crazy. Just don't marry crazy or get crazy pregnant. Just gotta hit that eat and retreat. Ejac and evac. First GF would give me a BJ, but when I would start to come things changed quite drastically. Once it started, she would remove her mouth completely. I distinctly remember the pop sound each time, and then start to jack me off like she was trying to set the speed record with a shake weight. So I hated BJS. When I told her it was great except for the end, she just told me that's how BJS were and not everyone likes them. Not true. Edit. Couple points. I added the word come above for clarity. My issue isn't the fact that I wasn't allowed to come in her mouth. What she did with her hand physically hurt. My orgasm felt more like the bell at the beginning of a carnival game that caused her to spring into hyperaction. That's the issue. I've had girls that didn't like cum in their mouth and they give great blowjobs because they communicate. Also understand some guys like this. That's cool if it's your thing. Don't mean to offend. Glad I could provide some laughs. Edit 2. My top comment is about my hilarious sexual inexperience. Awesome. She learned how to give oral from porn. Yeah, I'd prefer not to have my top layer of penis skin gradually burned off by hands shaking as fast as a piston in a car engine. I hate those types of scenes for that reason. I love how she treated it like there was some prescriptive method for blowjobs. Mathifica. I just got ISO 9001 certified on BJ mechanics. I think I know what I'm doing here. I'm going to need to see the work instruction on this. Surprise audit, bitch. Yo, can I see some internal audit results? The first girl I had sex with would only let me have sex with her when she was on top. Sure, fine, I can do that, sex is sex, right? Well, I'd start fucking her and she'd just hug me as tight as she could for the full duration. Not moving, just hugging me. Then when I came, wouldn't let me remove my penis. She wanted to cuddle with my penis in her, while still grasped onto me. My friends and I call her the grappler. Not gonna lie, that's the kind of stuff I am really into. Oh, thank God I'm not the only one. I was feeling really kink shamed until I came to the replies. Whoa, nice stamina. I came a few comments up. Ew. After a complete, exhausting fuck, we actually came together. We both had to pee. She let me go first, in the bathroom, not some golden shower thing on the bed, and her gaze was fixed on my dick. What? I never seen a guy pee, and this close. Wanna hold it as I go? Really? I can hold your pee. She grabs it and ow. Whoa there. Gently, she starts aiming it, and her pupils are size of dimes. She's laughing. I wish I had a penis like this. This is cool. So every time we hooked up, and we're done, she'd ask, you gotta pee, right? Can I hold it for you? No other partner after that did that or wanted to be bothered. Wholesome dick holding. Just asked my husband if I could do this. You do you, girl. I, however, will have to be a bit drunk to bring this one up. To be in a relationship where you don't have to be drunk to ask your other half to hold their knob while they piss. True love. What did he say? He said yes and started laughing. That's the proper reaction. Throat fucking. She wanted me to use her mouth like her vagina and she wanted hard in her throat. I mean, like she wanted it cutting off her air supply, gagging to the point of gasping for air and throwing up, while I would slap her in the face. Demanded I finish in her mouth or other two holes, but never outside because she didn't want it to go to waste. Haven't had one like that since. Pouring one out for you, homie. You still have her number, right? For science? No. I took off when I found out she was also going to gangbangs. Freaked me out because she wasn't using protection. I mean, there was something wrong in her psyche and I wasn't comfortable with that kind of exposure to all that. Haven't heard from her since. I can understand that. Some gangbangs, if organized, have a STI check policy, where they check all participants prior to arrival. But even still, not the sanest. Good for you, bro. Got the fuck out of there right in time. God bless her. She sounds fun. She was really fun, but now I see that there was something just off about it. Haven't had one anywhere close to doing the kind of stuff she liked since. It wouldn't surprise me if there were some very bad psych traumas. Makes you wonder who abused her. That's not how this works, at all. You never know what you have until you lose it. Got a similar story? Share it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more r/Reddit videos. New content dropping every day.